What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Litecoin today, LTC USD. It's the 15th day of January, and here we are sitting at about $72, 71.83, and we actually have lower lows. We have been seeing lower lows. This is one of the few coins that we talk about regularly that's actually consistently found lower lows since October 10th. Now, on the bright side, if you connect the dots, you can see there is some rounding here. We are rounding a little bit. If this was a top formation instead of a bottom formation, if we were doing this, I would be afraid that an impending dump was about to happen, right? It's the opposite, right? We're about to get a pump. I do believe that we are about to move up. But let's look at the indicators and see if that's valid, or if we should be anticipating maybe something worse. I don't think so. I don't believe that we're going to go lower, or at least too much lower. Let's see. That is a lot of selling pressure. We did have a lot of selling. That actually is a lot of volume there, in all fairness. And that validates this breakout a little bit more. That substantiates it. Now, what you have to do is carry on. Okay, you have to move on. If you want to move lower, you have to do so basically immediately. Because if you get a lot of volume at the breakout, but the breakout doesn't break, then what you have is a fake out, and instead you'll probably come back up in the other direction. I want to look at the indicators and just see what we're looking at here. Because that's actually a problem. I'm not going to lie. I actually did not expect there to be this much volume, but that to me looks like a problem. I'm not going to lie. The RSI is not showing any bullish divergence. We don't like to see that. What about on the weekly time frame? No bullish divergence here either. Wicked. Crazy. Bullish divergence on the MACD at least, but that doesn't mean anything right now. I mean, maybe that means something a month from now or next week. It doesn't mean anything like right now, today. Stochastics look bearish. The MACD is rejecting the zero. That's bearish. You're breaking out with volume. That's bearish. And the RSI is about to get oversold. That's bearish as well. This is not a good look. I'm not going to lie. This is not a good look. Now, I'm saying that here. Let's not get mistaken. This is an area that you have consistently found support at for a long time now, and resistance. We're right at this somewhat significant level where Litecoin has historically turned around in a very, very short amount of time at various places. I mean, you can wake up 2 weeks from now and we're back above $100. You never know. You know, we typically do. If I were to put a line right here at this area that we're at right now, we typically don't and have not spent too much time below this line since 2022 began. So any time below this line from here, I would expect is short-lived. But I don't like the way this looks. Let's look at the weekly time frame. Overall, I think we're still holding fair structure. I think that it's all good. I think that it's a fine look here. I mean, we still have these higher lows here, right? But we are kind of on the lower ends of this structure. We don't want to break out too much further. Like we can end up going a little bit lower. I would even say like here, but we're basically right there, right? Like if we were to give a line of best fit, we go any lower from here, we're basically below that line, which again, we've seen happen a couple times. It's not perfect. If we were to make it perfect, it'd be like this, and then there's no other touch points, but that doesn't make sense. It'd be like this, but then it's only one touch point. It doesn't seem like a line of best fit to me. This seems better. If you bought below this line at any point in time since 2018, you've been a genius. Will the same prevail here? I would think so. I would think so. I don't believe that this is distributive. I believe this is accumulative here, and that this will send us to the upside. But we are kind of at a critical moment. It's okay if we go a little bit lower, but you can't really go too much lower from here. We definitely don't want to take out these lows. And the thing is, with this breakout, with this volume, we really do stand a chance of taking out this low. So that's something to be concerned with. At the very least, to be concerned with. Let's see. Low to a high. 1272886. I highly doubt that it stops here. I just highly doubt that it does. It can. It's possible. I can be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. We do have a little rounding off here. That doesn't mean that just because it doesn't stop here, that doesn't mean we're plummeting nonstop. I just think I wouldn't be surprised if we went a little bit lower. I mean, being here, I would at least expect $68 to be achieved, if not $64 to be achieved. If we hit 64, that is still above this low, but just barely, man. I mean, we're flirting with death here. We really are, actually. I'm not being dramatic. I'm being genuine. Like genuinely, this is a problem. There's various other coins since October that are down right now. Litecoin's not standalone in that. But there's a bunch of coins that we talk about, that we look at, that from October 10th to where they are now, they are above their October 10th lows. They might even be above the high points that they were in September. Some of them. This is not a good look by contrast. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame. We'll zoom out from there. Wow, this is wicked dump here. Picking up volume as you're going down. That's exactly what you don't want to see. I mean, this just tells me we have more to go. There's zero doubt in my mind that we go below this low at this point. You do have a little bit of bullish divergence on your RSI, and that does call for a move that would take you up to here, $74. But after that, you should be moving back down. I wouldn't be surprised if we moved up above 74, 75 bucks, and then we move back down. Bullish divergence on the MACD and the stochastics and the RSI. Yeah, so in the short term, we'll probably move up. But the 4 hour RSI sucks. It really does look bad. Higher highs throughout here. Lower highs in the price. You can see it clear as day. You have a little bit of bullish divergence here, and that might have been where that little move came from, but now you're back down. I mean, you look so bad. You look so bad. So do the stochastics, so does the MACD. They all look very bad. Daily time frame, if we're looking at this, very bearish on the RSI or stochastics. The RSI is about to cross into the oversold zone, and the MACD just rejected the zero. Let's go over this, okay? Let's go over this kind of situation, because we've been here before, right? You see here, we were oversold, right? We were oversold here. You see here, we're rejecting the zero on the MACD. We rejected it back here, and we were oversold. Very similar conditions so far, right? With the RSI back here, we weren't oversold yet, and we actually didn't end up getting oversold, but still, similar conditions more or less all the way through. If you notice, when we were here, where we rejected the zero last time, where the RSI was near the oversold zone, where the stochastics were oversold, was that the low? No, it was not the low. You did consolidate for about a week, but then you went lower. More or less, this is exactly what I expect to happen. I think that Litecoin is not going to plummet. I think that it's going to more or less bleed to the downside. And we're just hoping that this low prevails. Or should it get taken out, that it's a fake out, it's a quick reaction, we come back up with a vengeance to where this is all just a bad dream. The last time that Litecoin saw on its RSI oversold readings, right, not just bouncing off of it, but here, right, we're oversold now. This is like the deepest we've been since September. It was on September 25th, and that was, I think, looking back at it, just the beginning of a downtrend that brought lower lows all the way through to where we are now. We did move up from there. We did move up. We did bounce, but we still went lower. So we're both in this moment where on the other side of this, we're either going to get a short-term bounce that then casts us into darkness, or we're at a low point and we can start something new. But I just don't think that we're there yet. I do think that we have a little bit lower to go. I want to look at the weekly time frame here just so I can see this. I didn't expect to make this video today. I mean, when I was making this Litecoin video at the beginning, I thought this would be a great time to buy, bullish divergence. That's what I was expecting to see. We're not seeing any of that, man. We're at the 236. We are at the 236. This is a good level to hold as support. And I think, again, as long as we're above this low, I think that we're okay. You can wick a little bit below here, and you're still, quote-unquote, finding support here. So a little bit lower. I don't expect Litecoin to be exciting at all for probably about the next week or two. But February is when I expect altcoins as a whole to get exciting. So Litecoin should start to shape up toward the end of this month, if not going into February as well. Ultimately, I keep my stance. I'm sticking with it even at these low levels, that we're in an accumulative environment, not a distributive environment, and that even with the volume, even with things taking a little bit of a turn now, we're still expecting a breakout to the upside. I'll let you know if that changes and when that changes, and I'll be very transparent about that. We're just not there yet. But we are flirting with danger. We are definitely, this is not ideal. What's taken place and how it's taken place this week, really over the past 2 weeks, it's not ideal. It's very counterproductive. I want to look real quick. I just want to see LTC USD versus others. I should do others first, actually. Others, LTC USD. And we'll throw that on there. So if this is going up, that means that altcoins are outperforming Litecoin, or therefore, compared to the altcoin markets, the top 125 coins in the crypto space, compared to them, Litecoin is being outperformed. If this goes up, Litecoin's being outperformed. If this goes down, Litecoin is outperforming. This doesn't mean Litecoin's gaining value or losing value. It's just how's it doing versus the rest of the market. And right now, since November 10th, since that week, Litecoin has been grossly outperformed by the rest of the market. It's not even close. That's not a good look. You're just getting overbought on your weekly. I mean, like, this chart looks bullish right now. This chart actually looks really bullish right now, which that's not a good thing if you're a Litecoin fan. This is actually a really bad thing, right? Like, you consolidated here. You found higher lows. You're breaking out in what is an overall dominant macro uptrend, which again is not a good thing. You don't want to be in this uptrend. What this says is, it doesn't say Litecoin's going to move down in value or lose value or gain value. It just says other things are going to outperform it. So why invest in Litecoin if there's other things to invest in? And I don't talk like that about Litecoin. I love Litecoin. You guys know I do. But I'm calling a spade here. The same thing happened with Dash. Whenever it started to really crap the bed, we love Dash. I love my OG tokens, and it's sad whenever they go, whenever they're in the doghouse. But if they're in the doghouse, you got to call it out, call it for what it is. We're in the doghouse right now, you guys. This is not a good place to be, and I'm hoping we can come out of this successfully. Looking at the monthly scale, even look at that RSI. We're breaking out to the downside. I don't like that, man. And an overall lower high. I really don't like this look, actually. I am not at the point where I've given up on Litecoin. I'm definitely not at that point. But this is not looking good. We're not that far from that point in the grand scheme of things. Where I would never have considered this 2 or 3 months ago, and let alone the whole years before then. It's this is a pretty critical moment. And as dramatic as I'm making it sound, it should be dramatic, because if we slip a little bit, okay, fine. But if we slip a little bit more, like we're $20 away, more or less, from Litecoin being dead. That's what the reality is. I don't think that it's going to die. I'm going to be very plain with my thoughts. Again, I think we are in a overall long-term consolidation phase, an ascending triangle of sorts. We're at the base of this range. I think we'll prevail and come up from here. That's been my perspective for years. It's going to take more than 2 weeks of selling pressure to change that. But we are getting close to the threshold, and that's the whole reason I'm taking this tone. Anyways, with that thought, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, it might be the best time to buy Litecoin. I'm definitely not interested here, but if you believe like I do that it'll go higher, it probably is a very good time to get in. I just think there might be other prospects that have more higher aspirations than what Litecoin can offer. And again, we can observe that literally here with the others to Litecoin chart. This is basically telling you right now, because we're in a breakout phase. Like imagine we were here, we broke out. Litecoin did well throughout this time, right? It grew in price, but altcoins outperformed it hard, right? This is basically saying choose any altcoin in the top 125, and statistically speaking, if it's not Litecoin, you're probably going to choose a better option. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, but that's what it's saying. I hope I'm wrong. I hope this is a fake out. I hope we get some turnaround here, and I hope things start to shape up. You never know whenever a catalyst can come in. I will let you guys know if the game plan changes for Litecoin. It hasn't changed yet, but I'm just putting things on notice. Anyways, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.